Does she really eat for two? Okay, calm down. I feel the tension rising between you and your partner, so just calm down. In this video, we are going to be looking at whether she eats for two and what eating for two actually means. And yes, this is for you pregnant women and for you partners, all right, but especially for you who are still expecting conception, still expecting a pregnancy, all right. And let me outline this very clearly. I am not a nutritionist. Therefore, who am I? I am Wenda Ransom, your certified nurse midwife, and I help women within childbearing age and their partners to transit from feeling scared, unsure, and anxious about getting pregnant and being pregnant to that state of being confident, prepared, and holistically ready, not just for pregnancy, but for childbirth, so that they can welcome this new chapter of their life with so much joy and assurance. So this is who I am. Having said this, let us move ahead. Time for the verdict. Okay, I feel like a judge right now. But is it true that a woman eats for two? The answer is yes, she eats for two. Okay, I see that smile coming up. I see the smile coming up. And you, in your mind, are getting ready to send your husband or your partner on multiple errands right now to get strange, desired food stuff. But then, I'll like you. This might shock you a little. Your partner, he too eats for two. Your partner eats for two as well. All right, but that's story for another day. It is true that women have cravings and desires for different food types and sometimes strange, unusual food types. You know, I know of this lady that was craving for the wall, you know, the brick wall, the brick made of mud, okay, of earth. Yeah, she was craving for that. So amazing. And sometimes these cravings come at an odd hour of the night, really odd hour, so inconveniencing. And at that time, you really have to just get it, or it ruins your whole night and the day after that. But this is hormonal. So partners, don't blame them. Don't blame them women, because this is hormonal, and sometimes these hormones play down on other women that they lose appetite for a vast variety of foods. They don't catch any food enticing at all, and sometimes we have to boost up that appetite in them, and this is totally hormonal, and this is different from anorexia, eating disorder. All right, that is different from that. However, this hormonal changes account for these fluctuations, ups and downs, and pica is the name of the condition where you have that unusual desire for strange foods. All right, and in spite of that, we are still talking good nutrition, and basically good nutrition is having the necessary food essentials in their correct proportions through a balanced diet on a daily basis. Okay, so we are not looking at taking a balanced diet today and then tomorrow you take a break, or you take for 3 days and then on the 4th day you take a break. We look at consistently having a balanced diet all days, okay, every day. And it is useful for various purposes. And we are not going to say every reason why you should take good nutrition, but we definitely will give some. And some of them are, it is important to ensure the good health of the egg or the ovum, the reproductive system of the woman, and her body all together. You can imagine what an unhealthy egg is going to produce. An unhealthy egg might not be fertilized, and even if it is fertilized, it might not develop properly. If it develops, it might result in birth defects in the baby, or worse still, end up in a miscarriage. All right, so you need to eat good food so that your egg, your reproductive system as a woman, and your body all together is healthy. Just an aside, all right, just an aside on nutrition. Many people right now are suffering ill health conditions as a result of poor nutrition or malnutrition. You did not take good notice, or you did not take proper care of your nutrition, and it resulted in illnesses. Cardiovascular illnesses, that's illnesses that affect the heart, and obesity, okay? Obesity, where you are way overweight, all right? And as a result of that, you don't just suffer, and you're not just on a routine. And once you step away from that routine, the illness comes knocking at your door again, and you have to go a lifetime on that routine to prevent these illnesses. But not just you, all right? Your children, your child that is being born is also suppressed to suffer some illnesses as a result of that lifestyle, that carefree lifestyle. So take note, this is very important. It goes beyond you as a woman to your children, and probably their own children thereafter. They should not be exposed to ill health conditions that could have been avoided if there was good nutrition. Another reason is that good nutrition boosts fertility, both in the male and the female, but particularly in the female for this video's purpose. And good nutrition prevents mutations and birth defects, right from egg formation or ovum formation right over to baby formation, or the formation of the embryo to fetal level and then to birth. Good nutrition is very essential. Good nutrition also invests the body, the reproductive system, and the baby with the necessary nutrients, the necessary vitamins, the necessary energy that they need, or the baby needs and the mother needs, to be healthy and to support this life form or this life stage or the pregnancy journey all together. So we can, without fear, boldly make this claim that nutrition is one of the greatest tools known to mankind to facilitate or optimize the best experience in pregnancy, all right? Health generally, but pregnancy to be precise. Now I need to say this black and white. I said black and white. Thank you. Eating twice as much in terms of quantity during pregnancy or in preparation for pregnancy is very dangerous. All right, let's begin from there. It's gone are those days when we used to match health and good living by how much weight. You know, there was a time when those ones that are put on much weight were considered the rich and the healthy in the society. I don't know if you know, if you were part of that society, if that happened to you back then in your much later years. And those who were a little slim and skin close to bone, probably like myself, or I used to be worse than this. I might be a little better now, but those who were a little slim were considered to be the poor and the unhealthy in the society. Those days are way gone. And it is true that in pregnancy, there are times when the woman is required to lose weight. Required to lose weight because of the pregnancy and the health of the pregnancy. And sometimes the woman is required to maintain her weight or increase weight, all right? Sometimes she's required to increase weight. And if you really want to know about this concept that I've just spoken of will be dealt properly with in my Best Pregnancy Experience course challenge, all right? Best Pregnancy Experience course challenge, soon to be launched. So keep your heads up. The launch is going to be soon. I want you to be there. You can't afford to miss it, because we're going to be explaining not just this weight challenge stuff. Gaining weight for the mother, baby gaining weight, being scared about getting a very big baby at birth, getting a baby who is really small. So keep your heads up so that you will not. I don't want you to miss it, and you can't afford to miss it.